Today, we're going to unpack a 400-year-old poem that does something I think is just incredible. It's not just some nice words about getting older, it's a powerful, logical argument about beauty, time, and how you can actually win the battle against being forgotten. I mean, really think about that for a second. When your youth is gone, when your looks have faded, what evidence is left? How do you prove the beauty you once had was even real? This is the central, deeply human question that William Shakespeare's Sonnet 2 is trying to answer. So here's the poem itself. Now this sonnet isn't just some gentle reflection on aging. Oh no, it's a persuasive masterpiece. It's structured almost like a legal case, seriously. Shakespeare lays out a problem, details the really dire consequences if you do nothing, and then offers one very specific solution. So where does his argument even begin? Well, it starts with the antagonist, and in this story, the villain is time itself. But it's not portrayed as some gentle, flowing river. It's shown as a brutal, invading army, laying siege to your life. Just listen to that language. When 40 winters shall besiege thy brow. A siege. You know, that's a relentless military blockade designed to starve a city into submission. And wrinkles? They're not just lines on your face. They are deep trenches violently dug into the field of your beauty. This is war. This makes the aggression crystal clear. Shakespeare is not being subtle here at all. He wants us to feel the harsh, destructive force of aging. It's a direct assault that turns the landscape of a youthful face into a war-torn battlefield. Okay, so time has laid its siege. What's the result of this attack? What happens to the beauty that was once admired by, well, everyone? And the transformation is, well, it's tragic. Your youth is described as a proud livery. Think of a magnificent, attention-grabbing uniform that just announces your vitality to the world. But after time's siege, it becomes a tattered weed, something worthless, dried up, and just discarded. The value is completely gone. Now this is where the poem gets personal and takes a really sharp turn. The tone shifts from a kind of sad observation to a pointed, almost harsh accusation. Shakespeare is now holding the beautiful person responsible for what happens next.
He warns that if you have nothing to show for your youth, you'll be left with an all-eating shame. And that's not just embarrassment, it's a regret that literally consumes you from the inside out. He even calls the compliments you received thriftless praise. Like, you enjoyed the praise, but you didn't invest it. You wasted an asset.
So the picture he's painting is pretty grim, right? A battlefield for a face, your youth a worthless weed, and a future of all-consuming regret. But right at this moment of despair, Shakespeare pivots. He says, hey, it doesn't have to end this way. There is a way out. There's an answer. And this brings us to the absolute core of his argument. The solution to the ravages of time isn't magic. It's legacy, a living, breathing legacy that serves as undeniable proof. Let's walk through how this works, logically. Imagine you're old, and someone asks, so where did all your famous beauty go? Instead of looking down in shame at your, quote, deep, sunken eyes, you now have the perfect response. You can point to your child and say, there, it's right there. Their beauty is the living proof of mine. These lines are basically the legal and financial heart of the whole poem. Your child will sum my count. They're the final audit, the bottom line that proves your account had a real value. And they will make my old excuse. They are the justification, the beautiful reason why your own beauty is no longer visible. It wasn't wasted, it was passed on. So the final two lines build to the ultimate emotional payoff. This isn't just about logic anymore. It's about feeling and experience. What is the real, human reward for this solution?
Just read that again. This were to be new made when thou art old, and see thy blood warm when thou feelst it cold. The power in this final couplet is it's breathtaking. It's the entire argument distilled into one profound feeling.
So you see, this is about so much more than just proof. It's about rebirth. By having a child, you get to see your own life force, your blood, continue on, vital and warm, even as your own body feels the cold of old age. In a way, you get to experience your own youth all over again, through them. And that's the powerful idea Shakespeare leaves us with. He argues that having a child is the ultimate answer to the problem of time. But it forces us to ask a bigger question, doesn't it? In a world where legacy can mean so many things, art, ideas, kindness, what is our own personal antidote to time?
What proof will we leave behind?